Merida is so much more relatable and memorable than other lower tier Pixar protagonists, but the fact that she was willing to make a deal with the witch to change her mother made her so unredeemable that I must rank her last on this list. Arlo is an incredibly bland and uninteresting lead character. Throughout the film he's scared of everything, but does eventually overcome his fears by the end of the film, so at least he is given some kind of character arc. Every protagonist, starting from Elasticgirl, is at least very enjoyable to watch on screen. In the original, Helen didn't have much to do as she was the stay-at-home mother, but the sequel fixed this by reversing roles with Bob, as this time Elasticgirl went on the main mission, whilst Bob was a stay-at-home dad. Flik is a nerdy inventive ant who put the ant colony in danger after one of his inventions went wrong. He's a misunderstood outcast and bonds a friendship with Dot, who looks up to Flik. I especially love the scene during the final act where he was the only ant to stand up to Hopper and the Grasshoppers, like how Captain America stood up to Thanos and his army in Endgame. I love Dory in Finding Nemo as a supporting character. Her short-term memory loss made for some great comedic moments in Finding Nemo, but a whole film about this one plot point didn't work in my opinion. Gardner has his heart set on becoming a musician, but soon finds out after performing at the Half Note Jazz Club that it wasn't everything that he dreamed it would be. He had great dynamics with 22 and is an all-round charismatic, kind-hearted character. I could really relate to Ian personally, as like me he lacks confidence and self-belief, so I rooted for him throughout the film. All Ian wants is to spend one day with his father who died before he was born, giving audiences a reason to connect and root for him. Mater's not the brightest total, but he certainly is one of the funniest characters Pixar have ever created. I believe that his style of comedy works really well in the Cars universe, primarily thanks to his voice actor, Larry the Cable Guy. Luca is Pixar's latest protagonist. He's extremely charming and charismatic, and it was fun to see him learn the ways of the humans after befriending Alberto and Julia. Joy is light-hearted and is determined to find the fun in every situation, but eventually learns that sadness is just as important as joy after discovering core memories from sadness in the memory dump. Sulley values friendship and loyalty. He's willing to interact with Boo and hide her from the other monsters, which is completely against the company's policy, but he does it out of the goodness of his heart. After the gut-wrenching first 15 minutes of Up, we root for Carl and want him to make it to Paradise Falls. Although he is a grumpy old man, as he doesn't have anyone else now that Ellie is gone, he still ends up bonding a father and son type relationship with Russell. Miguel is an innocent dreamer wishing to become a musician. He loves his family, but understandably rebels against them as they don't approve of his musician dreams. Wally is one of very few animated leads who hardly talks in their movie, but that's what makes him so likeable, as the way that he emotes physically makes him lovable. I preferred Mr. Incredible in the original, where he got to have some stunning action scenes, while also having great drama scenes with his family. I didn't mind that he took a backseat in the sequel and was a family man, as it made the character more relatable. Mike is such a fun character. In the original, he was a fun, energetic, scare assistant to Sulley, and in Monsters University he is given an emotional origin story, as we get to see his struggles of becoming a scarer. Lightning Mcqueen is up there as one of Pixar's most marketable characters alongside Woody and Buzz. He starts off as incredibly arrogant, but grows throughout the original as he befriends Mater and begins to fall for Sally. Who would have expected that a rat could be so likeable? But Pixar managed to pull off the impossible by making Remy lovable and even relatable. I really liked his relationship with both Emile and Linguini, and loved where the character ended up by the end of Ratatouille, as he now runs his own secret restaurant. Woody has one of the best character arcs in cinematic history. He starts off as a jerk, but grows throughout the franchise to the point that he now helps lost toys find homes. Marlin's probably the most relatable Pixar character, as he is so overprotective of his son Nemo. He shows bravery and courage as he journeys across the ocean, facing his fears to find his son, and by the end of Finding Nemo, he's willing to give Nemo more freedom. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to let me know your favourite Pixar primary character in the comment section below.